Let's talk about Nigeria's food basket region, from Benue State to Kogi State, currently facing flooding. That has wiped out farmlands, farm produce, storage, road, houses, among other infrastructure. The devastating floods have also resulted in the loss of lives and several thousands of others displaced. Olam Nigeria is one of the country's largest investors in agric and agro-allied and has been impacted by the latest flooding. Joining me now for the latest on this is Olam's Vice President in charge of Corporate and Government Communications and Relations in Nigeria, Adefeko. Thanks for making it on the program tonight. Sir, it's very heartrending watching those grim images of flooding and its attendant consequences. But my question is, what's the situation on the ground right now regarding some of your assets at Olam that's been affected?
Thank you very much.
Please go ahead.
Thank you very much,
I can hear you.
Bosun. This is a somber mood. This is a somber mood for me and for the entire nation, actually, because what has happened is so devastating that I'm at a loss as to. I'm lost for words. And I'm struggling to put emotion together, but I'm trying to get it together. The Olam rice farm was completely submerged after breakage of our dike on the 2nd of October. This was due to the continuous rise of the River Benue, due to release of the Lago Dam in Cameroon. The entire team from the farm worked very hard to prevent the colossal damage that arose therefrom. The dam, the River Benue broke the dikes of the dam, the dikes of the farm, and that's really affected us to a large extent. And we supply about 25% of Nigeria's rice needs, and that has been affected, and we've lost over $20 million. Of course, people talk about insurance. We are insured, but you can insure crop, but you cannot replace crop. So crop has been insured, but it cannot be replaced. So you have to grow again. So we're talking about 4,400 hectares of farmland gone, submerged, due to climate change. So Bosun, it's very serious.
Yes,
I mean, very serious.
It is as we're seeing those images, quite very grim. You talked about $20 million US loss. Is that the initial estimate of the cost of the flooding to your organization? What else are you losing or have you lost on the ground? Have you been able to get folks on the ground to get a bit other assessment of what else, something else, and other things that could have been lost to this very flooding? It's happening almost every year when the Cameroon dam is released. So my question is, why is it happening again, and will it happen again?
Well, like I spoke to the fact that climate change is real, there's not much we can do about the fact that climate change is real. We'll continue to do what we have to do. I think NIMET had already warned about the impending floods. I'm sure you must have noticed what happened in Kogi as well. Kogi, the whole of Lokoja, that has affected even fuel coming into Abuja. I mean, Abuja, as I speak to you, and it's not interesting times. I mean, the whole of that axis, Benue, Nasarawa, Kogi axis, it's when it says it rains, it's not only raining, it's pouring. So it's terrible. I mean, for us, look at us, for example, we've been battling this water since the last 2 to 3 weeks. But finally, the water pressure took over and broke the dikes at multiple spots, which we couldn't control. It burst from the seams. The River Benue and the River Niger, are two major rivers in Nigeria. Nasarawa is very close to Benue State. Doma, Rukubi, where we are, is where we have the largest. That facility you have there is the largest rice farm and mill on the continent. It is a $140 million investment, with an additional $20 million investment, which brought everything to $160 million. So while battling the floods, our teams carried out a lot of evacuation of adjoining villages and provided them with all basic needs, including medical support. So we're running 2 camps now as we speak, with over 5,000 flood victims in our adjoining communities where we operate. It's terrible. I mean, you need to come and see what is happening over there. We have 57 kilometers of dikes surrounding the farm. The farm has a cultivated area of 12 kilometers by 7 kilometers. The 7 kilometers of dikes were meant to stop the floods from entering, but these were made after the 2012 major crisis.
Yes,
we had the major floods in 2012. Which was, yes. So right. Based on that, we put a lot of things in place. But you know what? Climate change is real, and the earlier we understand that, the better for us.
Okay,
and
so
us,
in terms of
we'll continue to do our bit from our end.
Yes, just a quick one. In terms of what this will mean moving forward in the near to medium term, in terms of what happens to Nigeria's food security, inflation, what Olam and other farmers and others in the value chain will be able to bring to the table in terms of inflation, what's your expectation right now? What's your outlook?
Well, what happened on the 2nd of October, and I will tell you that 25% of the crop for rice has been taken out. We should expect an increase in rice prices in December. Of course, that goes without saying, because the entire crop has been lost. And we produce 25% of that crop to a large extent. And when you take 25% out of the crop, Nigeria consumes 7 million tons of rice. We produce 5 million tons, okay? And we import around about 2 million tons. So right now, the quantum of rice that we will have to meet, the shortfall will increase. So maybe to 3 million tons or thereabout, or 4 million tons. So that's massive.
All right, we thank you so much for these conversations, and we wish you all the best out there as you and others deal with this very natural disaster with very impactful, with very serious impacts to Nigeria's economy and everyone, including lives that had been lost. Adefeko of Olam, Nigeria, we thank you so much for your time tonight.